So these are some of the barriers to communications according to Lippmann, which can hinder the dissemination or transmission of new ideas or innovations to people. First is artificial censorships, which people impose on themselves. Then limitations of social contact. Of course, if people don't come in contact with each other very frequently, there will be no communication, and they will not share new ideas. Then mere time available for paying attention to public affairs. For example, in rural areas, people are busy doing their routine works. They do not have time to pay attention to new technologies or to public affairs. So this can hinder distortion, because events must be compressed into short messages. Because if you have to tell a detailed information, or you have to elaborate something to people, but because they have short time, so you have compressed your message into short, but the whole information gets distorted because of this. Then difficulty of making small vocabulary to express a big complicated world. This world is so big, massive, but we do not have enough words to explain it. Then fear of facing those facts which seem to threaten established routine of men's lives. We want to stay in our comfort zone. We want to maintain the status quo. So if anything that can create chaos in our routine lives, we generally resist that idea. So it can also create a barrier or obstacle or hindrance. Let's look at now the Gallup's regulators of absorption rate of new ideas. What can hinder the acceptance of new ideas, and which ideas have more feasibility of getting accepted. First is the complexity of the idea. The more complex an idea is, the more time it will take in diffusion and adoption, because we like simple things. Then factors of differences from accustomed patterns. If any ideas is different from the routine pattern of people, like in Lippmann's barrier of communication, it was resistance to change. People don't want to come out of their comfort zone, and they want to follow what they have been following since years. So it can also create barrier. Then competition with prevailing ideas. Similar thing, if people follow something, people use a certain technology, they believe in certain tradition, so they want to stay with it. And if the new idea is in competition with that prevailing idea, then the more probability is that it will get rejected. Of course, if it is in sync with it, then it has more chances of getting acceptance. Then is idea susceptible to demonstration and proof? If you can demonstrate it to people, if you can empirically or by experiment show it that it works. For example, if you have developed some new method of agriculture, and you want that farmers should adopt it, then if you can demonstrate that it increases the yield, it can save your crop from any pest attack, so then it will be the new method will be easily accepted. Then how strong are vested interests which will block proposed change? There are many stakeholders in society. So for example, there are politicians, then pressure groups, and many other organizations. So if they have vested interests, like for example, if the sarpanch of a village wants some bribe, if he wants that he should get some commission out of the fund, then it is his vested interest that can block the proposed change. If any organization, any NGO or government wants to do something there, but if the politician has some vested interest, then the new idea can be blocked. Does proposal meet a felt need? Of course, if there is a shortage of water in any state or in any area, and if your new idea or innovation can fulfill that need, then there are more chances that it will be accepted. The things that are in demand, you should try to meet those demands. Then frequency with which public is reminded of new idea. People have so many things to do, so much to think about. So if you don't remind them again and again of the new idea, they will forget it in a moment of time, day, or after some months. So you have to constantly remind them. So for exam, from exam point of view, you should just know who gave the concentric circle theory or what is the Roper's hypothesis, and just go through these Lippmann's barriers to communications and this Gallup's regulators of absorption rate of new ideas. Just have a general understanding of them. You do not need to memorize them by heart. Okay. So thank you so much.